Thank you so much for joining us for our song and story today. We hope you're having a good day, and we hope you enjoy our program. This morning we're going to sing you a song called This Little Light of Mine. It's a familiar song, so if you know it, sing along with us.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let Satan put it out, I'm gonna let it shine. Won't let Satan blow it out, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine till Jesus comes, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine till Jesus comes, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
We've got a book for you. It's called Countdown to Spring. Does it taste good? Countdown to Spring. Let's look at the pictures. The words are by Janet Schulman and it's illustrated by Milo So. Countdown to Spring. It's spring. Do you think the children who live here will remember their animal friends on this special day? Let's see. What do you think, brother? 10 ladybugs crawling all around the crocuses. Can you count them? 9 butterflies. See them flutter by. 8 birds singing cheep, cheep, cheepery. You say that, Andrew? Cheep, cheep, cheepery. Cheep, cheep, cheepery. Yeah. 7 chicks saying beep, 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 beep. 6 ducklings noisily going quack, 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 quack. 5 mice running in and out of the tulips. 4 bunnies sniff, sniff, sniffing. 3 squirrels scurrying up and down the tree. 2 foxes, a mother and her baby, creep, creep, creeping. 1 special basket with treats for all the animals. Thank you, say the happy animals. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Countdown to Spring. The story we want to share with you today is called Just Right by Lillian Moore. The pictures are by Aldred A. Watson. This is a book that our friend Faye Ligon gave us. We so appreciate it. Old Mr. West had a farm. There was a pond on this farm, and in the pond there were fish and frogs and turtles. Nathaniel, do Grandma and Pop Pop have a pond?
Yes.
Do you think there's fish in it?
No.
There might be. Do you think there's frogs?
No.
No? We'll have to check sometime, won't we? Maybe there's a turtle.
No.
There were woods on the farm, and in the woodland lived birds and small animals and a white-tailed deer. There was a meadow, too, where all day long the grasshoppers cricked and the crickets chirped. Farmer West loved the farm, but he was getting old. One day he said to his wife, "The time has come to sell the farm. It is too big for me now. There is too much work to do." His wife looked surprised. "Sell the farm? But you were a boy here." "I know," said Farmer West. "And our boy Robbie," said his wife. "He grew up here too." "I know," said Farmer West. "But Robbie is a man now, and he has gone away to the city to live. His boy Tommy will grow up there. I must sell the farm." The day Farmer West looked around for a sturdy piece of wood that day, in the barn he found a good piece of oak that would stand up to wind and weather. Then he made a sign that said, "For sale," and when it was finished, he walked out to the road and put it up One day a car stopped at the farmhouse. The man in the car said to Farmer West, "I want to buy a farm. I see this one is for sale. May I look around?" Farmer West showed him the farm. The man liked everything he saw. He liked the big red barns and the cozy white farmhouse. He liked the broad fields and the woods. But when they came to the pond, he stopped. The pond was like a looking glass, showing upside-down trees and an upside-down sky and an upside-down world. A duck came swimming along, making an upside-down duck in the pond mirror. "The farm is just right," said the man. "I like everything but this pond. I'll have to dry it out." "Dry out the pond?" said Farmer West. "Why, all kinds of things live here. All kinds of pond plants and pond creatures." He kneeled down and cupped his hands and let the cool pond water trickle through his fingers. "This water comes running down from the brooks," he said, "and it soaks deep into the soil, keeps the land from getting thirsty." "But I want more land for planting," said the man, "so I'll have to dry out the pond." "No," said Farmer West, "I will not sell my farm to you." Many people saw the for sale sign. Many people came to look at the farm. One man wanted to buy it. As they walked around the farm, he said to Farmer West, "This is just what I've been looking for." They stopped to look at the pond. Today it lay sparkling in the sun. "Pretty, isn't it?" said the man. "A farm like this needs a pond." Farmer West smiled to himself, and they started back to the farmhouse. The path took them past the woods. The man stopped at the woods and looked around. The woodland air was cool and wet and leafy, and the trees were noisy with bird songs. "This is a fine lot of trees," said the man. "Yes," said Farmer West. He touched the bark of a tall oak. "Some of these trees are older than I am." "They ought to bring a lot of money," said the man. "I'd like to cut them down and sell them." "Cut down these trees?" said Farmer West. "No, I will not sell my farm to you." One day a man and his wife saw the sign, "For sale." They stopped too and wanted to see the farm. They walked all around the farm with Farmer West, and they said to each other again and again, "This is right, just what we want." They looked at the pond and told each other how much they liked it. "It is so cool here," said the wife. They stopped in the woods and told each other how happy it made them. "It is so quiet here," said the man. "We like everything," the man told Farmer West, "except that big old meadow. I'd want to take out all that grass. It would make a good field for corn." "Take out the meadow grass?" said Farmer West. And he did not sell the farm to the man and his wife. Farmer West did not go back to the farmhouse. He sat in the meadow on a tree stump thinking. He heard the clear whistle of a meadowlark, and he thought about that. Here in a secret clump of grass the meadowlark had made her nest. "But no one's ever going to find it," thought Farmer West. "She never flies up from the nest or down to it, always walks to it through the grass." It began to rain, and Farmer West thought about that. How gently the rain fell on the meadow grass, and how lightly it fell to earth. Soon the rain would soak into the soil and cut and down into the grass roots. Some of it would run into the tunnels of the mice below, and be held there for a time. After a while, some of the rainwater would find its way into the well on the farm. Some of it would trickle into the stream and the pond. Farmer West thought about the pond and the pond creatures, too. He thought about the woods and the old trees. But then he thought about how big the farm was and how much work there was to be done. When he got back to the farmhouse, he said to his wife, "I must get rid of the farm very soon. I'm going to sell it to the next one who wants it, no matter what, and I must tell Robbie so." Farmer West sat down and wrote a letter to his son in the city. Then he walked slowly out to the road to mail it. The mailbox stood beside the sign that said, "For sale." Farmer West looked at the sign. Then he dropped the letter into the mailbox. A few days later, a car drove up the road and stopped at the farm. Farmer West and his wife were sitting in the kitchen when they heard it. They looked at each other. "No matter what," said Farmer West. Suddenly, a boy came running to the farmhouse yelling, "Grandpa! Grandma! We're here! We're here!" "Why, it's Tommy!" cried Farmer West. "Mother, look, it's Tommy!" Right behind Tommy came Robbie and his wife. "Yes, we're here," said Robbie. How much there was to talk about. It seemed they would never be done. Then Robbie said, "We want to come back here to live. I want Tommy to grow up the way I did, to fish in the pond and play in the meadow. And I want to climb all the trees," said Tommy. That day, Farmer West walked out to the road and took down the sign that said, "For sale." When his wife saw the sign, she said gaily, "I'll be happy to throw it into the stove." Farmer West turned the sign round in his head. Then he shook his head. "No," he said, It's a good piece of wood, and it will be just right. Just right for what? Asked Tommy. Farmer West smiled. Just right for you and me to make a birdhouse, he said. Just right. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed our song and story. We have a song for you. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Come back again, we'll see you soon. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Come back again, we'll see you soon. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Goodbye. We'll see you next time.